I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you're thinking forward progress. Come on.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abbatacola on 312 Sports.
We give you Forward Progress on 312 Sports, and we're doing that right now as we talk Bears and NFL. I will urge you to check out today's DBU if you want the latest news that Shia Kapos at Politico gave us today regarding the stadium stuff, that somehow the Bears finally have crawled back toward Illinois legislators and the governor's office and are now drafting legislative language for a bill that would facilitate their move to Arlington Heights. We knew this was going to happen at some point. Everybody involved saying, we're not going to call a special session of the Illinois legislature unless we got this deal done. So they're working on it. They're drafting language. And the moment you hear that they've called a special session, that means the deal is probably done. After they were told to get their act together, they finally did. They needed to crash and burn before it happened. Just remember that if, in fact, Kevin Warren pushes his way toward the front of the line and claims credit for getting something done, it is in spite of his efforts and not because of them. So check that out on DBU.
Yeah, very good there. And I wouldn't say if he tries, it's when he tries, because he will for sure. He'll get front and center, even though he should have been fired weeks ago. And I think that the two biggest points are that the Bears are actually doing work.
Yes, they're involved.
Right, they're actually involved in their own process to get a stadium site secured and all done and whatever they need to do. But the fact that, number one, that they're actually physically working on it, which is great, that they're showing up this time around. And I think the second point, and you did mention this, but I just want to highlight it. If you do hear of a special session being called, it's because the deal's done. And I think that's really important to note. So once you hear that is announced, just know it's a done deal. And I think that's the key to it.
Yep. It's a pro forma arrangement here. They're not going to bother calling people back there and doing all of this and ripping people away from their summer plans just to have something else fail. Now, I would never put it past the Bears to find a way to make it fail. Because knowing Kevin Warren, even though they're laying out breadcrumbs for him and saying, this is what we're going to do, I would never put it past him at the end to say, wait a second here. Now we're doubling down our declaration that our board is focusing on Indiana. So I'll never say it's done until we actually can walk into a stadium in 15 years from now or however long it's going to take. But it does appear that the Bears are finally listening to the very condescending advice they've gotten from smarter people.
Yeah, and before we go on to the next item here on Bears notes, I do want to give a couple shout outs though to some people. There was a guy that I forgot to mention a couple weeks ago. I met at one of our baseball tournaments in New Lenox. His name was Dominic. He's out in Michigan now. He was from the Illinois area, moved out to Michigan a few years back. Listens regularly to all the 312 sports stuff. So I want to say hey to Dominic. Thanks for saying hello, because there isn't a week that goes by where I don't have at least one person somewhere out in public, whether it's the train or the store, or in this case, a baseball tournament, coming up and saying that they listen to the shows and they really like them. So thank you. Hello to Dominic. And then I also want to give a big shout out to Joel, one of my wife's colleagues out in Proof Point. Joel, what's up, my man? That's all I'm going to say there. SI.com had an interesting article. The title caught my eye, and I'm going to rephrase it for him, though, because it's not really worded correctly. They had two contracts that will age poorly during the 2026 season. These are just the two contracts that the Bears have that will have the most negative impact on this upcoming season.
Ooh, let me see if I can guess.
Yes, that's why I wanted to do it for you. So two contracts of significant note for the Bears that will have a negative impact on the Bears in the 2026 season.
I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just trying to think like somebody who is writing this kind of article around this time. And I'm going to say number one is Kyler Gordon.
Okay. And who's number two for you? And I'll tell you if you're correct. Your number one guess is Kyler Gordon. Number two is
Montez Sweat.
Good guess, but Kyler Gordon is correct. His 3-year, $40 million deal kicks in, starts this season. They have that down as a contract that will have a negative impact on the Bears this year.
Yeah.
Now, do you
Sorry.
agree with that or not agree with that?
Yeah, I until we see him on the field, it's a massive risk. Yes.
Okay.
And the other one I would say somehow, if there's any sense of humor involved, the answer has to be De'Aaron Fox.
Oh. Well, Dan, you are correct. It is De'Aaron Fox.
That is, I don't care what team, I don't care what sport, after you almost single-handedly cost your team a shot at an NBA championship because you were bad and dumb, and now your 4-year mega max guarantee is kicking in. Oh, God.
So he was actually 2A on their list. 2 for them would be Dayo Odeyingbo. At a 3-year, $48 million deal signed last year. So he's in year 2 of that. They questioned the contract signing in the first place, coming off of a 3-sack season in 2024. Why you would give him $16 million a year over 3 years to begin with was a question mark. Then he gets 1 sack for you in 2025, ends his season with an Achilles injury. And going into 2026, what kind of player is he going to be? How close to normal form can he return to after an Achilles injury? And they asked the question now, even what is normal form for Dayo Odeyingbo?
We don't know.
We don't know. So I just thought it was really good. And again, it's difficult because those are 2 guys that you are counting on going into this offseason, looking ahead to 2026 and say, this is why our defense will get better. We're going to draft some guys. We're going to sign some free agents, but we need these guys who've gotten big contracts to step up and really return to form, overperform certainly from last year, stay on the field and be healthy at least. But if that's your bare minimum of 2 of your biggest contracts you gave out on the defensive side of the football is to just, hey, stay healthy on the field, that's not enough.
Nope. No, and it happens to every team. A lot of this stuff, there are all kinds of unforeseen circumstances, largely injury based, that have affected these 2 players, and it may just end up being bad money. It's too bad, especially in the case of Kyler Gordon, just because of how tantalizing some of the possibilities were for using him like a Swiss Army knife, like a Josh Metellus type player who you can unleash in a variety of spots.
Especially given the words, I mean, the comments, the thoughts, the feelings of Dennis Allen when he got here.
It's too bad.
I mean, wasn't he the only guy he mentioned by name on the defense?
The only one I remember him talking about his excitement was getting the opportunity to work with somebody with the skill and versatility of Kyler Gordon.
Yeah. And then on the Odeyingbo side of things, he'll turn 27 in September. So only 27. Still is, some good years left, but we just don't know what his body's going to be and what an Achilles injury can do to a guy in his position, particularly.
Anybody. It's when you come back from that, knowing not just the trust in it, but the actual explosiveness that's still there, even if you do trust it, remains to be seen. So it's a lot of money they have poured into those positions. We're still waiting on the big contract decision before the season begins, and that is Darnell Wright. And that would appear to be the guy next in line for a massive extension.
Mm-hmm.
He's earned it and should get it. And then right now they're, I guess, lucky or unlucky enough to not have to pay anybody on that left side.
You know what? It's interesting you say that he's earned it. He certainly has earned it because he has earned the trust of the Chicago Bears. And let me move on to one real thing. And I know that there's a story you want to get to.
Yeah.
Let me just move on to one other thing real quick. And this was on ESPN. And they went through each team with their ESPN reporters that cover the team. And they came up with one player from each team that had a standout spring. So this is the most significant player of what they saw in spring. Okay. So that's the OTAs and then the mandatory minicamp. For the Chicago Bears, it was wide receiver Xavier Thomas that they highlighted. The lightning fast receiver who ran a 4.28 40-yard dash at the combine, got multiple reps as a punt returner this spring and showed that he can be more than just a special teams guy and can utilize his skills on the offense as well. And this is Ben Johnson. He says he tends to make plays about almost every single day right now. If we can harness all of his energy and make sure that we can trust him, he's going to align with where he needs to and run the route that we need him to run, that we could really use him, and he could be a big weapon for us this year. And I know we've heard that, and we've read that comment before, but the thing that jumped out at me again was the word trust, because that's been one of the key words since Ben Johnson's been here, is the trust. And if you don't have Ben Johnson's trust, you don't get opportunities to play on the field. We talked about this last year when guys like Luther Burden and Colston Loveland, again, coming off of recovering from an injury, didn't get a whole lot of time to build up into the season. But when he earned Ben Johnson's trust, when Luther Burden earned Ben Johnson's trust, we saw what happened to the opportunities they got during games.
Well, let's look at the other side of it. I'll never really know where DJ Moore was on the trust meter about the fact that he was obviously good and obviously accomplished and obviously had huge numbers, but I don't know that he ever got to the point where Ben felt what he had to feel about that kind of conviction, that kind of commitment. And we heard Ben Johnson talk about the drops, and whether it was Olamide Zaccheaus or, I'm trying to remember some of the other big drops that we had. And he
Duvernay.
said, yeah, Devin Duvernay, thank you. When he got on the coaches and said, this is going to be, their responsibility to make sure this doesn't happen. And that's why Jade Walker earned a promotion later. It was like working with a bullpen. It really was like a lot of the stuff we talk about with a high leverage bullpen of do I feel okay bringing you in right here? And it might even be more stringent for Ben Johnson just because of the nature of football and the nature of those chances are fleeting. You get these moments that make or break games. And you have to think that the people that you have out there are going to be able to take advantage of those situations.
Yeah, I would have thought that if DJ Moore had fully had Ben Johnson's trust, and I know that he got big opportunities. Obviously, he had huge catches. I mean, some of the biggest catches that we've seen as Bears fans in the organization's history. Very memorable catches. But I think if he had fully earned, I think it's a good question you ask, if he had earned Ben Johnson's full trust, would he still be here?
Right.
Because I don't know. That's a pretty significant piece to remove from your offense that was successful last year. Onto building more successful offense this year.
There's all kinds of other reasons why when you start looking at the financials and where Burden is supposed to be, and you're supposed to be always building up the next young wave to come through and start replacing some of these guys. That's how it's all supposed to work. So it may just be that we're not used to the Bears doing that. We're used to say, we have a good player. We have to hold on to that good player. Well, by the time that this good player is not going to be good anymore, it's just, I don't know. We don't have to replace him. So this is just, I think we all have to kind of inure ourselves to them doing real football business.
Yeah, I love it. I also wanted to highlight the other three teams in the division, like what players stood out. So these are ESPN reporters that cover the teams, give commentary on it, and then highlight one player from the spring. For Green Bay, it was tight end number 3, Josh Wiley, who stood out for them. For Detroit, and I'll give you the honors because it is your wide receiver there from Detroit.
Oh, my man. He is Isaac Tesla.
Yes. So he was the player of the spring. I guess you could have this. So Minnesota, I was really excited to go down to Minnesota and see what they had to say in their paragraph about the Vikings.
It's McCarthy, isn't it?
No. So I was hoping it was something to do with a quarterback.
Yeah, I did too. Yep.
So it's like, all right, here's one of the Bears' rivals. Here's a division opponent that finished 9-8 last year, that gave the Bears one of their losses last year. What player stood out in the spring session for the Minnesota Vikings? So I thought, all right, maybe it's Kyler Murray. I'm just really going to solidify the fact that he was brought in. He's the starter. He's the guy. Even though Kevin O'Connell won't say it, but he'll say a lot without saying anything. The player that stood out the most, and I thought this was great, undrafted free agent from Georgia, could possibly be the number 4 wide receiver.
Ooh, big news.
Dylan Bell. So very good. I mean, that's exciting for a young undrafted free agent player. But you talk about season impact, like who stood out the most?
That guy, your 4th wideout.
You're possibly
the most.
You're possibly
maybe
your 4th wide receiver.
All right, just like Scotty Whitington or whatever the guy is. What's his name again?
Don't call him Whitington.
Miller.
Miller. Is it Miller? Is it Miller?
So.
Is it not Scotty Miller?
Is that right?
Well, maybe it is Scotty Whitington.
Hold on.
Scotty Miller. Yeah, football wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in Chicago, but that's the guy. Scotty
There
Miller.
he is. I got him. Okay, there he is. I found him. I found Scotty. He is wide receiver. Oh, he's the backup. Back up to Luther Burden. Your starters are Adunze Burden and Khalif Raymond, who everybody adores. And then you've got the big battle between Jade Walker, Scotty Miller, and Xavier Thomas.
Yeah,
shaping up.
Probably, if it continues in this path, it should be Xavier Thomas getting those opportunities. But Jade Walker proved himself last year in some small opportunities. Your guy, Isaac Tesla.
Yes, great athlete.
Okay, pull it up real quick. Do I have this correct that he had 16 receptions last year and 6 went for touchdowns?
Isaac
Tesla.
He's Isaac Tesla. Well, according to Pro Football Reference, last year he had 16 receptions and 6 touchdowns.
Wow.
That's production.
That is production.
That's efficiency.
So you're saying that if he gets 32 this year, he'll have 12 touchdowns.
Oh, maybe even more. That's presuming he doesn't increase.
And 48
his
receptions
percentage.
would be 18 touchdowns.
That's only if it stays at the same percentage. What if all of his catches are touchdowns?
So he has 16 catches for 16 touchdowns.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That'd be great. Good for him.
You're not using him enough.
Good for him. Yes. If every catch is a touchdown, you might want to throw him the ball more.
Every time.
Yes.
Yep.
So congratulations to Isaac Tesla.
Tesla.
And you, Dan. Congratulations to you as well.
It's my guy.
Josh Wiley, undrafted free agent from Georgia, Dylan Bell, and Bears receiver Xavier Thomas.
All right, whatever the opposite of congratulations is here, I would just say, do you remember a Chicago Bear named Mike Pennel?
I do, only because of the story, but had the story not come up, I would have had to think long and hard about who he was.
Mike Pennel, a big guy. He played as a defensive tackle, and he played, I think, in 2021 for the Bears. And I saw the name, like, oh, yeah, okay, I know this guy. And then I saw what was going on. Oh, my God. There is some amazing investigative journalism that ESPN is doing. I didn't even know they still paid for this kind of work. TJ Quinn and Juan Recio are doing this in Santo Domingo. Apparently, Mike Pennel Jr. is leading a life as like I don't know what he's doing in the Dominican Republic, but it sounds like some kind of kingpin / warlord, or I don't even know what you'd call him.
Yeah.
But there was a young woman found dead, and now they are tracing back the connections that she had to Mike Pennel and how much time they spent together. It's really shadowy what he did and or does in the Dominican Republic, where he owns a bunch of property, and apparently there was a belief that there was a dead body on his property, and it was never properly investigated because of how powerful he is, and that people, I guess, were scared to cross him and his friends who have been interviewed by police, but where there was some half-assed investigation. And it's an unbelievable rabbit hole of a story. And the only reason I kept going was like, oh, here's another former Bear. But I had no idea how bad things had gotten. He's currently a free agent. He's not an NFL player at the moment, and the NFL itself is not involved in this, but the authorities are now, Dominican law enforcement is involved. And apparently there is also U.S. involvement, but the case had been dropped at the request of U.S. Attorney General and acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche. So there's a lot more to come. If you have not run into this story on the ESPN website, it does involve a former Bear and an apparent murder that is unsolved. That it has a lot of smoke here and a lot of questions as to why the U.S. government was involved in dropping this investigation. And there's some scary, very unsettling things. I would suggest you give it a read.
Yeah, like you, I didn't know that they still did that kind of journalistic work. It was interesting to see that they had that. And then, is there, like, what does he do there?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. He lives there. He has friends there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other connections are. It just says he owned a property in the resort area of Puerto Plata until 2025. So I don't know if he's bugged out of there since that it would be. And it seems like there's all kinds of lying involved, because they're saying that his property smelled like a dead body. And then they're lying about what it was. And they've identified the body as this missing woman. The missing woman's grandfather had been trying to tell authorities to check Pennel and his friends, Leandre Camont Jefferson and Tyree Lamont Davis, who have been interviewed by police. But apparently her grandmother was so insistent that Pennell's property could contain clues to her whereabouts, they let her accompany them to his address.
Oh, that's probably a bad approach.
I don't understand exactly how this is, but these are old, lifelong football friends of his who moved there to the Dominican Republic with him. They were using phones that all traced back to him. He was known on the island as El Futbolista, the football player.
Doesn't it sound like this isn't anywhere in the story, I don't think, but doesn't it sound like a drug thing?
Like I said, it sounds or like a drug kingpin or a warlord or engaging in. It all sounds bad.
Yeah, and if there's no mistaking the smell of a dead body, like if you can't confuse that with something else.
Well, they're saying it was bug spray.
Yeah, bug spray doesn't smell like a dead body.
Yeah, apparently
a dead body smell is.
Said Pennell's two associates told police they had sprayed the property for pests, and that's what probably caused the smell.
No, that's not. Not accurate.
No.
That's not accurate. No. When I was in high school, Dan, and we lived in an apartment building, and the neighbor across the way had passed away, and didn't have a whole lot of visitors and or friends, and it was 7 days had gone by, and this was in August.
Oh God.
And I remember it was a Saturday morning. I was getting ready to go to my job, and I opened the door, and the smell hit me, and it's something I'll never forget. And I got down 3 flights of stairs in about 2 steps to get outside, and then we called the landlord, and then police came, and then they came in and checked, and sure enough.
Yeah, all you can just think of, like in Silence of the Lambs, when they take the Vapo rub and they put it under their nostrils when they have to unzip the body bag with a floater in it.
Like I'll never forget it. But like, there's no way you can mistake that and say, "Oh, it's just bug spray."
But what really is troubling here is that his friend was arrested for smuggling or trying to smuggle 2 kilos of cocaine into the U.S. But this January, in January of 26, the case was dropped at the request of current acting U.S. Attorney General and former Trump personal lawyer Todd Blanche. I'd be very interested to know why and how that happened.
I'm sure it wouldn't give you a logical explanation for it,
or nothing that would make me feel good.
Right, you probably don't want it. Make
you
feel worse if possible. Yeah, and as soon as they catch all these fucking assholes that are vandalizing the reflecting pool,
how dare they?
That's unbelievable, man. I mean, you got like who's out there guarding the
National Guard.
The National Guard is out there now.
Did you see the former the 3-time U.S. Olympian canoeist who is also a chemical and materials expert? He went over they arrested him for touching it. They arrested him. They're going to prosecute him for touching it. But now they've said vandals.
Well, if you get arrested for that,
leftist vandals.
Right. If you're vandalizing the reflecting pool or pole, as he put on his Truth Social stupid fucking post, he put POLL. People are vandalizing the reflecting pole.
Well, there are some poles that reflect some things.
Well, if you do get arrested for vandalizing the reflecting pool or pole, just throw a MAGA hat on during your perp walk, and you'll get pardoned, and you probably get some cash out of it too. So
or just wear it while you're doing that.
Did you see? Is it the DR? I think it was the DR, that giant resort that was on fire. Did you see that massive resort fire?
No,
I just thought of it because when you said the DR, where the football drug lord is living or murdering people.
Dominican Republic.
Is it the DR? Yeah, right.
Beach resort fire, devastating impact. It's not the same resort. It's not like Mike Pennel decided to
I'm not
torch everything. Okay,
I'm not trying to associate the two.
Okay,
it came to my brain again.
All right, I thought you were saying that if you look, that this is him trying. They can't search the place now. They can't find.
No.
But they've already identified the remains, so I don't know what torching it would do now.
But man, it was a massive fire. It was insane.
Yeah, it's no good.
No, it is no good. Did you know this, Dan? I don't know if you did, but you're a very smart guy. So maybe
you're always quizzing me that whether I knew things or
not. Alex Freeman of the U.S. men's national team scored a goal against Australia. He is the son of former NFL wide receiver Antonio Freeman. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea. Really?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's cool.
Yeah, very, very cool, I guess. If you're a Packers fan, probably cooler. Maybe.
Yes. I don't know. I did good for him following in his father's athletic footsteps without as much injury.
As much brain trauma.
Yeah, not as much. There's still some. Heading a ball is dumb and it hurts.
Heading a ball, yes.
Oh, hated it.
Oh God! One of my kids, one of their buddies took a baseball to the face over the weekend.
Is he okay?
He's fine. He's doing good. And
He was wearing a helmet though, right?
Wearing a helmet, but he caught it right in the face, and he broke some bones in his face. And
how hard was the pitch?
Well, it was over 70.
Oh my God.
And it's a kid, and this is a conversation that we had this conversation over the weekend because it came up a lot. It's a 13U level, but a kid that is older playing down. And a lot of these teams that have these rosters full of kids that are playing down.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a kid, like there was
these
my
coaches,
stepson,
they jack around with these tournament roster
yeah, dude,
rules.
It's bullshit.
I know.
So my stepson played in a tournament this weekend, and they're the class of 2031, and there was one kid on the roster that was class of 2029. So he's going into his sophomore year of high school in the fall, and he's playing on a 13U roster at 54-foot mound.
No way, man.
Like that's not okay.
That's like taking 100-mile-an-hour fastball for no.
Yeah, it's not okay. Well, anyway, yeah, and he's doing really good, and he's already looking forward to getting back out on the field. Strong kid, tough kid, but yeah, he's doing all right. And I just thought of it when you mentioned heading to football. One last thing on ESPN, or no, this is NFL.com. Jeremy Bergman had an article, and he had 7 teams, in his opinion, 7 teams most likely to end their playoff drought this year.
To end their playoff drought.
So one being the most likely to make the playoffs this year, number 7 being the least likely of his teams. But these are the 7 teams. And here's the order for you.
I think that he was able, by pulling political strings, to have a brief audience with Mike LaFleur. And because as we know, it's very, very difficult to be able to get a slot on his schedule.
Are you saying that Arizona is number 7 on his list of 7 teams?
Yes, I am.
Number 7 is the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
You nailed it.
I knew it. Because I know that there's the layers of security around Mike LaFleur. We've already established that.
Right.
That
One of the backup quarterbacks can't even get to him.
Can't even talk to him.
Arizona is number 7. They last made the playoffs in 2021. 2021 was quite the year. Number 6 on his list, the Las Vegas Raiders. Last year they made the playoffs, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, the Tennessee Titans. Last time they made the playoffs, 2021. Yes. So you had the Titans, the Raiders, and the Cardinals all in the playoffs.
I'm not interested in seeing any of those teams in the playoffs.
Neither am I.
Not at all.
And there's another one you can add to the list I'm not interested in seeing. Number 4, the New York Jets. The last time they made the playoffs, do you know?
2021.
No.
1968.
It was 2010.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yes.
2010. Do you know how hard that is?
Yes.
In the NFL? That's the last time the Jets were in the playoffs.
2010.
God, that's just horseshit.
It is.
That's really bad. Man.
Brick and Stick have got their work cut out for them.
They're on it. Oh, they're on it. They're
number 3.
Grandpa Woody, who's actually their dad.
No, they call him Grandpa Woody though.
Yep.
Number 3, the Colts. The last time they made it was 2020. The Atlanta Falcons, 2017. The last time they made it. I think they went to the Super Bowl that year, right? Wasn't that the 2017?
Oh, that was the big
Patriots.
Choke. Yep.
Yes. And the number 1 team he thinks most likely to end their playoff drought. So this is the team he thinks most likely to make the playoffs this year. The New Orleans Saints.
Not a bad bet.
Not a bad bet. I mean, given that division, certainly not a bad bet. And the last time they made the playoffs was in 2020. You said Grandpa Woody there. Did you do you plan on seeing Toy Story 5?
Not in theaters.
You won't?
I don't know if it's worth the money. The one thing that I have, one of the best things I've read about those movies is the first one. If you actually time it up, that really the movies are for people our age.
Oh yeah.
And they always
for kids.
They're they're for our age, like for our age group. And it's always been, each one has been a different, very, very grown-up message. And there's been lessons in there about parenting and about how to listen to kids. And this most recent one about tech, about trying to confront this idea of screen time and phones and tablets and tech and all that. Now, I haven't seen the movie, but I am interested in some of that because I always think there's some really worthwhile things that were that crew and those characters and the writers and everybody, the voice actors have followed a changing world and kept a line of consistency that relates to our generation in an important way. So
it's crazy that the first one came out. I was 22. You would have been 25, 26.
What year was it?
95.
Yeah. 25.
Yeah. 26. Now here we are in our mid 50s and Toy Story 5's coming out. By the way, someone has a big birthday coming up this week. Ooh, I wonder who that is.
It's not birthday
this week. Well, it's not big. Well, I think any birthday is big when you get your age.
That's true. Just making it another year.
All right. So that's all of that football stuff. Now on to the important things, Dan. The question for you.
Uh-oh.
This is the most important question.
This is the most important question.
Of the day and of Forward Progress, every episode, what should I make for dinner tonight?
What's
dinner?
Oh, I was thinking about it for me.
Okay.
I had a listener ask for my chicken Vesuvio recipe, and I had to write that down over the weekend. But that's in my regular rotation.
Yeah, you do that
that's
once a
so
week.
Easy. I'm also looking at looks like an ideal grilling night.
I was thinking of that too.
Because the wind should be just right, where I'm protected from like a north wind. It should be lovely out. Last night, because it was the Father's Day get together at my aunt's house, we had brats and big kosher dogs and burgers. So I think I'm going to do a chicken.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide, do I want to do like regular barbecued, like sticky barbecue chicken thighs, or do I want to do grilled, like a chicken rigatoni, like a Greek oregano, garlic, lemon chicken.
Mm-hmm. Some potatoes.
Yeah. I can't decide. Because is that too close to Vesuvio?
Yeah, it's no. Yeah, do something on the grill. Do the chicken thighs, sticky barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like mac
what kind
and
of side will you
cheese.
do?
Probably
mac and cheese?
Yeah, my guess is probably that'll go with either a Stouffer's mac and cheese, or there's that Reese's brand that does the baked one, the big tub for like $5. I like that.
I haven't tried that one.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. And Mariano's had it, and it was in like this big thing, and it was on sale, and I was like, oh, this is really good. I should have tried this sooner. It took me too long to figure out how good this was, and then they discontinued it.
Oh.
And now it's gone from my Mariano's.
Well, that's no good.
So no, it is probably why it was like, well, we need to get rid of all this. I'm like, oh, this is really good. I love it. And then it's like, where is it gone? And they sent me a coupon for it. They were torturing me. It was like $2 off. Like, this is great. Where do I find it? Like, oh, we don't have that anymore.
Yeah, it's the coupon with a big picture of a middle finger.
It's what it was.
Yeah.
I was all excited.
Bernstein.
I'm in. I'm all set. Have everything planned. Everything's all set where it ever needs to be. All my little OCD tendencies were taken care of. And then I can't get that. And then I'm in a bad mood because of it. Because I'm not right in the head.
I had a good mac and cheese the other day. We were at a restaurant called the Lucky Monk, M-O-N-K, Lucky Monk.
How's it you spell monk?
Well, I want to make sure that I was enunciating it clearly for you to hear that I was saying monk.
Monk.
Yes. Yeah, the monk.
The monk. Brought
the Lucky Monk.
Lunch.
It was a pepper jack cheese mac and cheese. It was good. It was spicy. I like it.
Well, see, I like the Martha Stewart recipe, which is the sharp white cheddar. It's baked in like a big ramekin, and it's got a lot of cayenne in it. You know, her recipe is a spicy.
Yeah.
It's not pepper jack though. It's not like the jalapeno. It's like a deeper cayenne capsaicin burn in the sharp white cheddar. It's good.
Yeah, I don't know what to do though for dinner. I got to figure it out. I'm gonna go to the store after we're done here and get my stuff. I just don't know what stuff I'm going to go get. You
know what you could get? I think you could get like a big slab of Atlantic salmon and do a soy sauce hoisin garlic glaze on that. And
she does like salmon.
Oh, she won't do salmon. Like an Asian glazed salmon would be something different. She won't.
I can do most any other fish, but no salmon.
Really?
Yeah, she just doesn't like it.
I get it.
I would eat it, but she just doesn't like it. So I thought about maybe doing tacos and making my own tortillas and doing the whole thing.
Make your own masa?
Oh yeah. Oh, I got a big bag. I always have a bag of it on hand.
Okay.
I got a tortilla press.
Oh, you have the thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't own one of those.
It's not that hard to do.
I know it's not hard. It's just you got to start early. See, for me, a lot of those ambitions are undone by the time I get home and then I look at the clock. I'm like, God, I would have had to have started this 2 hours ago.
Time you get home, we're done working at noon. What do you? Oh, okay. I was like, what? Do you have another job I don't know about?
Kinda. I could, I guess, but these days they're fleeting. It's already the start of summer. We're gonna have back to school ads in a week.
That's a really, really deep thought, Dan. The days are fleeting, Dan,
and they're getting shorter now.
Right, and tomorrow's not a guarantee for any of us.
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
All right, have we made enough people angry that we're not talking football on the football show?
Angry and hungry.
That's right. So we don't end it until you're hangry, people.
Jesse,
that's the whole idea.
Get me too Polish with everything.
Oh, and speaking of Jesse, Toy Story 5 is based around Jessie. She's the main character in it.
I know they should, because she's, a wonderful actor. I think she
is a wonderful actor.
She really, what movie she should have been nominated for?
Which one?
School of Rock.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie too.
But it's her performance.
Yeah.
Because your Jack Black is up there, chewing every bite of scenery, and people are talking about the kids' performances. She is incredible in that movie.
Yeah, she was really good.
I
haven't seen that in a long time. I should watch that soon.
Yeah, I showed it to Jason. He wasn't even really aware of it. He loved it.
Oh, did he? When? Is it recently?
Loved it. Yeah, it was like before he left for Sweden. I showed it to him. Like, you ever seen this movie?
No.
No.
He's home though, right? He's back from Sweden
Yesterday. He got home yesterday.
He made it back safely.
Made it back. He had been up since midnight. He came directly to the Father's Day game. I wasn't expecting him to show up, and he showed up, and it was all good.
And how many hearts did he break in Sweden?
Oh, well, he and his buddies were telling a bunch of stories, and I didn't really want to hear what was going on. So I didn't hear.
Probably a good call on you.
Oh, dude, off the air, I will tell you.
As a father, the less you know.
Remind me.
Okay, I will.
To tell you. It was okay. I don't even want to get. All
right. Let's wrap it up. We're good.
Yeah, and that'll do it for Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears and NFL podcast on 312 Sports.
Forward Progress has stopped. 10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abbatacola on 312 Sports.